Yeah, hello guys, this is Colin Stabalia Lele, your growth influencer, philosophy professor, and also the author of 15 books. And now today, I'm here to talk about my book, Grow Up 2, the one with the topic, the Growth Quadrants. And I'm rewriting Grow Up 1 and 2. That's why I'm doing this video to address you and tell you that the 4 pillars of growth in every aspect of life. What do you need to do, or what are the raw actions that you need to take to see growth, either in your personal life, economically, financially, relationship, or any other thing that you want to grow. Grow Up 2 is here to address issues or matters about growth. What are the 4 pillars? Just 4. You don't need many things. I'm just giving you 4 pillars that will help you to grow from wherever you are, from whichever level that you are. I always say to everyone that you need to start from anywhere. Start from anywhere, and this is why I wrote this book, Grow Up 2. So I'm rewriting Grow Up 1 and 2. I'm almost done with Grow Up 2. That's why I bring this video to show you how to grow, the 4 pillars of growth. If you want to grow anything, anything, mention anything that you want to grow, the 4 pillars, or what to do, the raw actions, the 4 pillars you need to see growth. So last time we were doing this book. This is on good things are supposed to happen, and this book I've sold and given out over 500 copies right now. Others are given out for free. This book was here to tell you that if you want any good thing, you must force it to happen. There is no way you can get a good thing without forcing it through the virtues of sacrifice, belief, focus, consistency, and persistence. This book tells you that if anything that you want, you must force, either by sacrifice, consistency, and persistence. When you experience setbacks, you need to persist until you get that good thing. So if it is not a good thing for you, you don't need to do anything. It will not just come, because good things are forced to happen. So this book was my second half of the year book, to tell you that before the end of 2025, you need to force a good thing in your life. A good relationship, marriage, business, a personal growth, or whatever thing that you want to get in life, you have to force it to happen using the good things, good virtues of belief, focus, consistency, sacrifice, and persistence. So now I'm here to tell you about my book, Grow Up 2. Those who have read Grow Up 2 before in my original version, you must have seen that my books are based on growth, because growth is the purpose of life. If you look at that book, the cover says the growth purpose of life, because the purpose of life is to grow. And most of the time when we experience stagnant or setbacks or stagnant growth in our lives, we always tend to feel purposeless, meaningless, and fall into despair. This is what happens when you experience setbacks and stagnation in your life. And this is why when you are young, you are born as a toddler or a small child, but to become the person you are today, it's been a series of eating food, sleeping well, keeping healthy, until now. When you see your life the way it is right now, it is because you have been doing good things, forcing good things, eating food, eating healthy, and now you are a grown-up. So there is nothing that happens on its own. It is always forced, either through those virtues that I mentioned of doing something consistently, persistently. If you look at your life, I said when you are a child, you had to eat. You are forced to eat so that now you grow. Even when you are a child, you used to refuse to eat, but your parents used to force you to eat so that you can grow. So this is how life is. Good things are supposed to happen. That is what it is in my book. Good things are supposed to happen. And now Crop 2, it is talking about growth because it is the purpose of life, and it is giving you raw actions on what to do to experience growth. There's no way you can experience growth without applying the 4 pillars or the first quadrant, of growth, which is for general growth. When you want to grow anything, there is some things you have to do so that you can see this growth. Without that, you may not see growth. So in this book, Growth 2, on the growth quadrants, you will see that there are 4 pillars of growth, general growth. I always call it SIGI, S-I-G-I, like fast growth is slow. There is no fast growth. And secondly, it must be intentional. I've said that when you are young, you have to be intentional eating food so that you can grow. It was intentional. That is that it is gradual. It does not happen in one day. It takes years, takes months, weeks, and this growth is gradual. And then the last thing is there must be increase. Whenever you want growth, you must see an improvement from the previous version of you. If you are doing personal growth, you must see that gradual increase in whatever that you want to grow. Even when you are young, you grew gradually. You never woke up and became a grown-up. You are a child, and it has taken years to become an adult. So growth generally, as the first quadrant, is that it is slow, intentional, gradual increase. C-I-G-I, ZIGI. So in this book, it is here to tell you that you need the 4 pillars. You must know first that the growth is slow, intentional. Growth is slow, growth is intentional, growth is gradual, growth is an increase or improvement from the previous you or something. So these are the 4 pillars of growth that you need if you want to grow anything. So number 1 is, if you want to address growth in a certain field of life, you must be intentional about it, and you must see improvement or increase. 2 things very important: intentional, increase. So slow, intentional, gradual increase. That's what you must see in anything that you want to grow, anything. In this book, you will see things like there are 8 areas of growth in life generally. Number 1, there is the general growth, which I have mentioned, and then there is personal growth, then there is financial growth, there is business growth, there is economic growth, there is wealth growth, and there is spiritual growth. So these aspects, they have their own pillars to grow each aspect. So in this book, you will get the 4 pillars that you need to grow in the personal growth aspect, or if you want the 4 pillars to grow in the business aspect. So it's upon you. Which aspect do you want to grow? If you want the financial growth, there are 4 pillars of financial growth in this book. Also, there are 4 pillars of economic growth as a country or as an organization. Also, there are 4 pillars of spiritual growth if you want to experience spiritual growth, if you are a person who likes spirituality. And there are people who want to grow in terms of wealth. Also in this book, there are 4 pillars I've written to grow wealth. So as a philosophy professor, these are things I've studied, and I've seen that if you want to experience growth in a certain aspect of life, you just need to apply 4 things, not more than 4 things, because you will be confused. And people who have worked with me in terms of business consultancy, they will see that the 4 pillars I've given them in their businesses have changed. They have made a turnaround. Those people who have given them the 4 pillars in personal growth or personal development, those who have applied it, they have seen the results, that you just need 4 things, 4 pillars, just 4 pillars. And that's why I call it quadrants. So in this book, Crop 2 is about the growth quadrants. Quadrants means 4. So in these 4 quadrants, every aspect has the 4 pillars. Just 4. You don't need much. Just 4. 4 things that you need to do to experience growth in something, to see growth in anything, economically, financially, wealth, business, personal life. This is very important. So this book is here to tell you that growth is the purpose of life. And if you think you can challenge me, try setbacks, try stagnation, and tell me if I'm not a philosophist. Try stagnation and try setbacks. You have seen yourself in your own life that when you experience setbacks and stagnation for 5 years, you find life meaningless and purposeless. If you see setbacks, most of the time people will feel like in despair, or life is meaningless and purposeless. So these are things I've studied. In my own life, I've seen these things working. You might say that maybe I can live my life the way I want, but if you want growth in anything, there are things that you need to do. There are actions that you need to do to experience real growth. There is true growth and there is false growth. In the world of scams, you will see what we call false growth. But in the world of realities, the real world, you will see that real true growth, there are 4 pillars that holds it. 4 pillars. These 8 quadrants is here to tell you that you don't need to jungle so many things to experience growth. You just need to stick to 4 things. 4 things, just 4 things, and you will see that growth that you want to see in your business, in your life, and everything else. So this is my book, Crop 2. I am now at Crop 6 on business psychology, but because I'm not published Crop 6, I decided first to rewrite Crop 1 and 2 to improve on their fashions before I publish Crop 6. So I've been doing other books like the 3/4 rule, that one, the feminine woman, the return to the center, the patriarchal books, and all the other books that you have seen me publishing. But I bring you this book, Crop 2, because this is I can call it the foundation of growth. Yeah, it is like the foundation. I did Crop 1 on growth hacking, and I saw that even if you hack growth without the 4 pillars, at some point you will go back. You will experience setback because the foundations, the 4 pillars are not there. That's why after writing growth hacking, I saw that it was important to write Crop 2 on the growth quadrants and why growth is the purpose of life. So I want you as a person to think clearly and to see that you need to read this book, get an audio book of this or an ebook, read it at your own time, just to understand the pillars of growth in any aspect of your life. Or if you are, life is about seasons. There is a season for business, season for personal growth, there is a season for financial growth, there's a season for wealth, there's a season for spirituality. So there's a season for everything in life, and in that season that you are, I want you to be in the know, or have the knowledge of what to do, what to focus on. In my book, 3-Quarter Rule, the power of focus. My book, the 3-Quarter Rule, is about the power of focus. And when you talk about the power of focus, it must be what we call laser focus. That's a sharp focus. Sharp focus means in that season, you need that sharp focus in that thing, either business or personal growth, so that you can see, you can manifest growth in it or success in it. So my book, 3-Quarter Rule, says invest 75% of your effort, time and money in that thing that you want to see or to manifest success. So it's very important. It's very important for you to understand the 4 pillars of what you want to grow in that season. Applying the 3-Quarter Rule, the power of focus, have a sharp focus in the 4 pillars, the quadrant for personal growth or financial growth or wealth growth or business growth at that season of your life. And those are very important things that you need to know. The 4 pillars that makes what you want to see growth. If you want to see growth in business, this is what you need to focus on. The power of focus. Yeah, giving it 75% of your effort, time and money on that thing. The 4 pillars that makes it possible for you to see growth in that business, in that relationship, in that personal life, or anything that you want to grow in your life in that specific season. So life is about seasons. Very important. It's not every season that you are doing something similar. Seasons are different. There's a time you are focusing on your personal life. There's a time for business. There's a time for financial growth. There's a time for wealth growth. There's a time for spiritual growth. Not every time you will have time to do all this, but if you choose your seasons well, like me, I go in quarters. There's a specific season for in a quarter that I focus on one thing. Like all these books I've written through seasons. There's a season I'm writing about this, another one about this. So these books I've written by as per the season. So what is your season? Think about it. Think about it today. What is your season? Do you have seasons, or you are just living just like that without understanding your seasons? Yeah, the Bible says count your days. That is, understand seasons. Yeah, life is about seasons, my friend. So that's what I wanted to say, that my book Grow Up 2 will be out. I'm rewriting Grow Up 1 and 2, and I'm starting with Grow Up 2 first. You understand the pillars of growth, and then I'm rewriting Grow Up 1 on growth hacking growth, so that you can understand how to fast pace your growth in a specific area after understanding the season that you are in. So this is what I wanted to tell you. My name again is Growth Quadrants, a philosophy professor and a growth influencer. So get my books at Nuria Bookstore, Amazon, Jumia. That's where you can get my books. All my books, all 15 books are available online. You can get my ebooks. I'm doing audios. So my audios will be available on my website, collinstebalia.ea.ke. And you can WhatsApp me on +254 714 190 588. You can reach my team and they will help you in everything that you need. Thank you so much for your time, and be blessed. See you next time.